All right. I think you're good, Coach.
Okay, Mike, go ahead, lead us off, please.
Yeah, Coach, welcome back to Zoom Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had an update on Teddy and what you might do at quarterback this week if he's ready to roll.
There is no update on Teddy. He's still in all the concussion protocols and working with the independent docs on that. We really don't have an update as far as whether he'd be available or not this week. Maybe as the week moves on, we will. But until he's cleared by the independent docs and says he's ready to go, we have to assume that he won't be available to play. We'll do the best thing for him moving forward.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Vic, I have two for you. The first one is any new injuries or new COVID stuff from yesterday and this morning?
Yeah, Deshaun Williams hurt his elbow yesterday, and he'll miss the final 2 games. Mike Purcell may be entering the COVID protocols here. He's going through the testing right now. Then those are the 2 main ones.
Right. And then secondly, 1-3 in your last 4 games have struggled offensively. How much has it tested your confidence that this program was moving in the right direction and may now be moving backwards?
Well, you're right. These last 3 games have been tight, tough losses. They've been low-scoring affairs. But I do think it indicates the fight and the competitiveness in this team. Have we scored enough points in those losses? No, we haven't. But we have total faith in our players that we're going to get this turned offensively in these next 2 weeks.
Let's go Arnie, then Jeff. Go ahead, Arnie.
Hey, Vic, I got a 2-parter as well. Number one, do you ever worry about your job status?
I don't. And I know you think that's a standard answer, but for a lot of reasons, I do not worry about it. And those reasons are personal to me. But do I acknowledge that it's certainly out there and could happen? Absolutely. But do I worry about it? I absolutely do not worry about it for many, many reasons.
Okay, and then the second part of the question, do you think you and your staff deserve a 4th season? And would you return in 2022 without an extension for yourself?
Absolutely. Just the direct, short answer there. Absolutely.
To both of those questions?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, Vic, just to add on that, when you talk to George, are you guys talking about the future together, or how are those discussions framed?
Well, most of our discussions right now are at the task at hand, with the juggling the roster with everything going on. But yeah, we do talk about the future. Sometimes those conversations lead into the future, but we don't go too far into the future. We're focused on the task at hand right now.
Let's go, Eric. Oh, sorry, you got another one?
Yeah, no, I just want to follow up on that, Vic. Just sort of in general, do you feel good about when you have discussions with him about the roster, that you see eye to eye on those things, and that there is a working relationship there that works for you guys?
George and I have a great relationship. I think I said a month or 2 ago that one of the best assets the Broncos have is George Payton. And I firmly believe that. I've been around a lot of general managers, some that are in the Hall of Fame. And I think this guy is just great at his job, and he's going to continue to be great at his job. And he's going to have a major impact here on the Denver Broncos.
Let's go.
Him and I get along tremendously.
Thanks.
Let's go, Eric, then Nick. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Coach, a couple for you. What have you seen that suggests that you guys are close to turning that corner and being back in that playoff mix?
Well, I think we have, a good group of players, and we've done a good job in acquiring them since George has been here, and he will continue to do that. And we're close. These last 3 losses, they're all losses. It really doesn't matter what the score is, but they've all been close games that have come down to the wire. And we just need to find a way to get those turned in our favor.
And then secondly, Shelby talked a little bit last night about playing like pros the final few weeks, but what do you want to see the guys kind of focus in on and improve the last couple of games here?
Well, I just stay together. These guys have fought and competed all year long. They've played the game to the best of their abilities the right way. They've prepared good, and that's what I anticipate, and then looking forward for us to continue these last 2 weeks.
Go ahead, Nick.
Vic, how would you assess the performance of your offensive line? Obviously, the running game struggled yesterday, but also a high rate of pass disruptions and pressures allowed. What's just kind of your view of them?
Yeah, we didn't win the line of scrimmage yesterday on either side of the ball. You know, it started really from the beginning for offensively. And then in the second half, we lost the line of scrimmage defensively too. And we weren't able to run the ball effectively yesterday at all. We couldn't get our backs past the initial line of defense to where they could make their good runs that we're accustomed to seeing. We just had a bad day run blocking and running the football. And that translates into a lot of third and longs. It translates into not sustaining drives. You know, we only had in the low 40s of plays yesterday offensively. Some of that's due to the defense giving up some drives where they were able to control the ball. But we weren't able to sustain anything and get much more than one first down per drive. And that was a reflection of our inadequacies running the ball yesterday.
Let's go Andrew, then Troy. Go ahead, Andrew.
Vic, you just mentioned the O-line and losing at the line of scrimmage. So how did that kind of impact Drew Lock? And from watching the film, what was your assessment, your post-game assessment on how Drew looked yesterday?
Yeah, anytime you lose your running game, especially for us, that's what we've done best this year. Makes it harder on the quarterback. There's no doubt about that. And I think it's hard to, give a great assessment of Drew's play yesterday because as a whole, offensively, we just didn't play good enough. And it makes it hard to assess the quarterback position. You know, I thought he made some good throws. We had a chance on some of them. We didn't quite make them. But, I wasn't terribly disappointed in his performance either. Obviously, it could be better.
If you no longer have a question, please lower your hand. We have time for a couple more. Go ahead, Troy.
Coach, do you think you need to win the final two to secure your job because it would mean a winning record and would snap that 4-year losing streak, number one? And then I have a follow-up.
We're going to do everything we can to win this next game, Troy. I'm not worried about do I have to win the next two to secure the job. That's totally not in my frame of thought right now. And we're going to do anything and everything we can to win this game this week. Your follow-up was?
Yeah, lastly, like you said, you've had a lot of close games. Your defense statistically has many things you can hang your hat on. But is there any, I don't say doubt, but when you look back at it, that philosophically, were you taking a risk trying to win this way with great defense, low-scoring games, and the kind of the way the NFL's run right now? Or is that just the way it fits your personnel, the way this season it made the most sense to try to win, 2017, 23-20 kind of games?
Well, we've never said we were trying to win low-scoring games. We're trying to score as many points as we can, doing the best things that fit our offense that we do the best. So, we're not trying to win 13-10. We're trying to score. We're trying to move the ball, and we're trying to stop people. But a lot of the games here of recent have turned out that way.
Thank you.
Go ahead, George.
Yeah. Hey, Vic. I wanted to ask you about some of the conversations you've had with Pat these last few weeks with the offensive struggles. Have you maybe put your footprint a little bit more on the offense with the struggles? And secondly, what gives you confidence that Pat can still be the guy to turn the offense around?
Yeah, Pat and I, and the offensive staff for that matter, talk a lot. We have meetings regularly. So, yes, we do talk a lot, and we do talk about what we'd like the offense to look like, where we think we can improve on a week-to-week basis, taking a look at what we've done in the past few weeks, what can we change up, et cetera. And Pat has a long history of being successful in this league. And I'm counting on that happening here these final 2 weeks.
Last three, Zach, Kyle, and Ryan. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Coach, what do you want to improve yourself these final 2 games? And what do you want to prove personally these final 2 games?
Prove or improve? I couldn't hear you.
Both. What do you want to prove? And then what do you want to improve yourself?
I just want to do as good a job as I can do leading this team to get a win this week. You know, that's my total focus. And I always look at what we're doing. Obviously, I'm heavily involved with the defense, always trying to improve that schematically, the way we call the game, taking a look at any tendency we may have, any problems, plays we may have, et cetera, you know, and how we're going to do better moving forward, fixing any problems that we have from a week-to-week basis. But, you know, that's the best way I can answer that broad question you asked.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, Vic, you mentioned it was tough to evaluate Drew Lock just because of a variety of factors. What'd you make of the 3 drops by Jerry there at the end of the first half and Albert and Tim later in the game? Do you view those as changing the game?
Yeah, they could have. All 3 of them weren't, you know, routine catches by any means. There was people there, the ball wasn't, you know, just right on their body, totally unhindered. But those are the kind of plays you have to make to win a close game. You know, whether it's a low-scoring close game or a high-scoring close game, we've got to be able to find a way to make those plays.
Go for it, Ryan.
Hey, Vic, you had 2 third down plays, one where Jerry stopped short of the sticks. Cortland maybe could have gone another yard or 2. How disappointing was that lack of attention to detail?
Yeah, we need to have good awareness of where the yard to gain to get the first down is. You know, make sure we get it. If we are short of it, we got to fight to go get it after the catch. And that's something that the players are very aware of, something we emphasize. And obviously we have to do a little bit better there.
Go ahead and finish us off, Mike.
Yeah, Vic, that's just what I was going to ask. I don't have the stat, but it seems like you might lead the league in third down completions that are a yard or 2 short of the first down marker. And I was wondering if that's a function of, you know, taking what the defense gives you, which of course they give you the ball in front of the first down marker, or, you know, have you talked to Pat about that on why this keeps coming up? Because you wind up with all these 4th down decisions.
Yeah, some of it's a product of what you mentioned. They're playing deeper for the sticks. There's many times the balls are thrown in the league short of the sticks and you run for the final couple yards to get the first down. You know, Drew's not trying to force the ball into coverage, past the sticks there if he thinks it's a little cloudy. There's a lot of things that goes into that, Mike. It's I don't know the stat, if there is one, that we lead the league in that. But obviously it's something we need to be very cognizant of.
All right, Coach Fangio, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Vic.
Good.
Thank you.